Hello everyone, welcome to the week 2 tutorial session. Today we are going to discuss many things, and today's class is going to be very important for all of you. So, for at the starting point, please bear with me for a few times such that I can admit all the students who wants to join here. But today as I've already mentioned in the YouTube channel, that only 100 people will be able to join here, and other people I cannot do anything because in Google Meet, they only allow 100 people to join. And I was planning for YouTube live streaming. I did a community post, but later on, I talked with the people and like the NPTEL team, and there is some problem. And at the end, we need to change the plan. And right now, the plan is to not to do any live streaming, but it will obviously be uploaded in the YouTube channel. And whoever is unable to join at this moment, then they can obviously check after some time, as soon as the class will be then you can directly visit to this YouTube channel, which I have mentioned earlier in previous class, and you can you can check the video later on. So and maybe just after the if it is done within 7:15 to 7:30, then we'll be able to I'll be able to upload it within 8 p.m. And then you can like whoever is unable to join here, they please join in the YouTube, they please check the YouTube video. And I am feeling like that those who are unable to join, then maybe they are not able to discuss with me directly. For that purpose, please use YouTube chat section. I'll obviously reply there to all of your question and all of your, like, whoever wants to ask whatever. So yeah, and I have already shared my mail ID also with you. And if anybody wants to mail me, then they can also mail me with some valid question, not for do any spamming. Don't do that kind of things. Okay, there are only 100 peoples. There are already 100 peoples in this chat, in this Google Meet. So I will not. I will not be able to add any more people now. So um, let us start our discussion.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Whoever have joined this course lately, for them, again, somebody has told me, somebody is writing that, ma'am, I have joined this course yesterday. So for that, for those people, let me tell you few things again, whatever I have told in the previous class, but I will not take much time in these things because we need to do many more things today. So the first thing I want to mention that this is a course for Python for data science, and today is tutorial 2 or week 2 discussion. And this course is instructed by Professor Raghunathan Rengasamy from IIT Madras, and I am your teaching assistant Nilakshi Sarapati, IIT Kanpur, from IIT Kanpur. And I am the only person with whom you can directly contact with for your doubts, for your problems, and I will teach you how to do the codings and how to learn this course. So please join this discussion session. This is going to be very helpful for you because I am the only person who will be available with you only, with you to guide you. So the problem solving and the doubt clearing session will be on every Saturday 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And this is the today's plan, that what we are going to do. And I hope everybody has started seeing the videos which has already uploaded, which are the lecture videos, because those are very helpful. If you don't see those things, then it will be very difficult for you to follow the assignments and or the quiz questions or the examination. So please follow the lectures, and after following and then join the this discussion session. And whoever is unable to join the discussion session, use the YouTube source as a source of this video. And all the things whichever I am using, like the documents, like slides, like codes, and everything whatever I will be use, and maybe books, some of the books, then I can upload all of the I actually upload all of the things in a drive folder, and that will be shared with you. And I observed just today, before some time ago, that it is not shared with you till now, but we have already communicated and we have already shared all the details for this drive and YouTube link with the NPTEL team. But they have not like updated it in the portal till now. So for that reason, at this moment, I will share the drive folder with you, drive folder link with you, such that you can use in the meantime. And your exam is on 24th September, so you can obviously use these until then. And before I'm hoping that before next class, next discussion session, the links will be updated in the SWAM portal of NPTEL also. So by within that time, please bear with me. And maybe I have not checked, maybe within 1 or 2 hours, recently it has uploaded also, whatever. But keep visiting in that swam portal of this course, such that you can be updated for all of the things. And of course, those who are unaware about this YouTube channel, and who knows that their friends are not getting this, and not are unable to join this link, this Google Meet. So for them, the YouTube channel, and I think somebody has already shared the things, but still I am sharing all of the links again and again, such that nobody miss anything. Because otherwise, maybe anybody used to mail, or anybody used to like be what is going on, and what are the staffs and where are the staffs. So for that things, this should be very clear to all of you, such that you can utilize every source for your examination as well as for your learning. Ma'am, I wanted to know that if I should pursue this from now, as it is third week or not. This is a second week tutorial session, and from now you can obviously continue. And for that you need to check your first week video and first week tutorial session also. Then it will be helpful. Otherwise, I will not repeat anything in today's class. I'll start directly with the next topics, whatever is there. So for that, don't keep any void space in your learning. That's why you need to go to the first week and check the first week video, and then continue with these things. And the videos, the lecture videos are very short, and this is a 2 week discussion session. And if you think that if you are unable to watch this much of amount videos, then go to the drive folder link. There all the slides, all the things are available. You can use that also. But I will say that video will obviously be helpful, because there will be discussions and many more details which will not be able you will not be able to know if you don't follow this. So let's start with the week 2. Week 2 like indices, that what we are going to cover today. And for the like, let me add few people again, because there is 96, 97, 99, 100. Okay, I cannot add anymore. Okay, so all right. So now, if you want to ask any question, raise your hand, or write into the chat box, or write into the YouTube section, like videos chat section, wherever, or you can write me to in my mail ID also. But at this moment, for whoever has joined this link, this Google Meet, for them you can directly ask by writing here. And before unmuting yourself and asking, please raise your hand or write it in the chat box. Then only when I will say that unmute yourself, then only you please unmute and talk. Otherwise, please mute yourself. All right. So what are the topics for this week? Two is sequence data types and associated operations. So from the previous class was absolutely on the basis of the very preliminary things, like what are the things like integer, float, simple multiplication, simple operations, and how to install Anaconda, all those stuff. I hope you have all installed Anaconda by this time. Is using Windows, whoever is using Linux or Mac, whatever. I am showing in Windows because most of the people use Windows. Otherwise, you can use whatever. I have used all of the three, and if you have any problem in any of the system, then you can ask. So uh, the topics are, first we are going to cover about like what is string, what is list, array, tuple, dictionary, sets, range, array. And for this we'll use a library like Numpy and Pandas. So we'll introduce with Numpy and Pandas, and we'll learn what are the list, string, and how the operations can be done by using Python. So for that, you obviously need to be you obviously need computer, which is all where the Anaconda is already installed. You can prefer Jupyter, or you can prefer Spider, whatever it is according to you. If you somebody was asking me in previous class if it is which is better to use. So according to me, whatever is your preferable thing, you can use that. But for handling many data and more strong environment, you can use Spider. But for learning purpose, for running the cells multiple times, and for that reason, the Jupyter is a very nice platform. So today I will show you with the Jupyter, and how to set up Jupyter and how to set up Spider. All of the things I've discussed already in first video as well as in the week 0 video. So I hope everybody has practiced enough whatever I have taught you in the previous class. You need to practice it, and I have already told you the solving the assignments in this course is very easy, because you have the your computer, you have your questions, just type it, run the code, and check what is the answer, and you can directly write it in the write it in your assignment or quiz. Because it is and because it is important for you, you already know about the number division, how to get the certificate. And I hope everybody wants to learn as well as get the certificate, and for that reason please don't avoid or don't skip any of assignment, though you need to submit 3 assignment out of 4 to get certificate. And you in assignment, I according to me you can get full marks. Okay, so so now I will not discuss any assignment question. I will now first. My plan is that for upcoming 50 minutes to 1 hour, we will have a hands-on session on these things, and I will introduce that how to do this, how to use Python for data science. So today's class is very basic for data science, as well as to learn all these components: string, list, array, tuple, or dictionary, nd, array, numpy, pandas, all those things. So don't whoever is unable to join, they for them also let them know, and I have that this class is very important. All right, so and I will make the community post obviously for everything. So let me share my Jupyter for the next 1 hour hands-on session, and I will request all of you, please open your uh, please open your computer, and obviously you are with your computer with the Gmeet, but open your Jupyter or Spider. You can use Jupyter because today I'm going to use Jupyter, and you can then but whatever I am doing or I will be doing, you can also try it by yourself at this moment. And if anybody is facing any problem, then let me know also. Let me start now. So I will stop presenting and share my Jupyter. Okay, all right. I hope everybody can see whatever I am presenting in my Jupyter notebook. So wait. Well, let me check few things. Bear with me for 1 minute. Yes, you can use Google Colab. I have already talked about Google Colab. It is easy to access. Yes, so you can use, and I have already uploaded everything. But whatever I am showing, I will not share that at this moment. After all of the things, and due to some norms that I will upload it after the class. So Google Colab is for that reason I am not using at this moment. So you can use Google Colab also, and I will upload definitely all of these codes and the stuffs for your reference. You can use this, and for that the drive folder is present there. Okay, so now let me go to this. So this is the first class on how to use Python for data science, because previous class was very preliminary class, and but that was needful because many of the students, many of the participants in this course have informed me that they are in previous class that they are first time using Python. So I hope now you guys have basic idea of Python, how to do codes and all the stuff. And maybe I am not going to teach you the flowchart algorithm, all the stuffs, and many of you have already background of that. And whoever has not background of this for loop, if loop, do like while loop, and if else, whatever this kind of stuff, then please let me know. Maybe I will open a poll in the YouTube channel, such that I can get your response, that anybody wants to know about those also, because those will be useful in from the third week more. I mean, it will be more useful after from the third week. But for today also, I will show some for do and for some those things. But I am hoping that everybody will be able to catch it. If not, then let me know in the poll section when I'll upload the poll, that if you want me to do those stuffs also or not. So let's start that with the idea of data science and what are we going to do. So as I have written in that in this Jupyter notebook, that data science is a multidisciplinary field that involves extracting insights and knowledge from data. One of the fundamental aspects of data science is handling and analyzing sequence data such as lists, strings, time series, and more. Python provides powerful tools, especially through libraries like Numpy and Pandas, and most of these things we are going to use and learn today, that how to import Numpy and Panda. Please, whoever has unmuted yourself, please mute. To perform various sequence data operations efficiently, we will use this NumPy and Pandas. In this note, we will explore some essential sequence data operations in Python for data science, which is like list operations, string operations, time series operation in today's class. After that, we'll do solve some assignment problems, 10 assignment problem, as well as that is a regular dose of assignments that we need to do. And then after that, I will show you some real data science problem. Maybe I will go for one problem today, and then I will show you one more problem, and then from the next, to give you a glimpse that what we are going to do from next class. And week 3 and week 4 will be very interesting. Uh, okay, so all right. Let me add few more people because there are only 93 now. Then I will again do. So yes, from now on I will talk slow, such that you can understand each and everything. Okay. So first point is that we want to import, like we are going to use two libraries mostly. One is NumPy, another is Pandas. So and one more thing I will talk about is Matplotlib. So NumPy we use to do any kind of operations with list, string, array, matrix, any numerical operation, and many more facilities which can be which we can access by using NumPy. For the Matplotlib library we use mainly for plotting the data or plotting anything, and Pandas is a useful library for handling big data and manipulation of data. There are some more, but we will discuss about this in our course. And so for that, let me whatever what we need to do first is that write with me also in your computer, in your Jupyter. You need to import your NumPy. So we are importing NumPy just by writing import NumPy as np. Now run it. You can run it just going there in this, or you can just press shift plus enter and you can run it. So once you import NumPy as np, then for the total, like whatever operation now you are going to do, you can use this np, use this numpy as by writing np dot that module, whatever you are going to use. For each cell you don't need to write your import numpy as np, but here I have written just for your, like this is a preliminary thing, so maybe I was thinking that like okay whatever, let me remove this, because just you, if you for a in a single cell if you import your numpy, then you don't need to call it again and again. You just you just can use this np or the numpy every time from now. So our first thing is that what we are going to do is how to create an array. And first let us talk about a 1D array. And what is an array, that I hope you have seen in your lecture. So I have created an array and given its name as arr1d, that means array 1d. This is a variable now which is storing this array of 1 2 3 4 5. As I have already mentioned in the previous class that that there is something called variable, which is according to you what you are going to give the name, and such that you can understand it later on also, or maybe you can commenting it with by writing that defining a defining 1D array. So if you do this then and run it, then as I am printing this array, then it is printing this thing whatever I have written as arr1d or array 1d. You can give any other name also. So whenever in the output you can see that there is something with this third bracket, then you can understand from now on that it is an array. As well as you can create 2D array. 2D array means if you like here I am giving it, naming it as arr2d, as it is a 2D array, then np.array, inside the first bracket you have to write, you can write with the third bracket, and now each and every row is in another third bracket. Okay, maybe I can write one with you such that you can also write with me. Please write with me that now we are going to write an array, for example. So array ex equal to np dot array. Please write with me such that you can also understand what is going on. So first I have written np dot array, first bracket, inside that there is a third bracket. Now if I am writing it as a 2D array, then obviously I need 1 2 another in another third bracket, 3 4 in another third bracket, which is inside a third bracket, then the first bracket. Now I will print it. You can print it by writing print arrex, or you can directly do it just by writing arrex only without writing print also. So then it will print like this. Now let me run it also, and we don't need to import for several times, just only once. And this is a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. This is a two like 3 cross 3 in 3 cross 3 format, and this is in 2 cross 2 2 format, as I have created such an array. So as I have mentioned about 1D array, 2D array, just by doing the same thing and giving proper third brackets within the first bracket, you can create an ND array of any order, 3 cross 3 4 cross 3 2 cross 3 2 cross 2, anything and everything whatever you want. Now let me write for like this, then what you are getting is a 2 cross uh, uh, 2 cross 3 array. How it is 2? Because there are 2 row and 3 elements in every row. So with these you can create any ND array. Now you can once you have already defined an array of some shape, then you can also find out what is the shape and dimension of this array. Now I have defined an array by ARR, and importing or writing an array of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Now what is the array to look at it, that what is this ARR, then you can also print this ARR also. Then for knowing that what is the shape of it, like 2 cross 3 3 cross 3 4 cross 5, what is the what is the shape of this array, for that you just need to know need to write ARR dot shape. Then you can directly get the shape of the array, and just by writing ARR dot nd like ndim, then you can directly get what is the dimension of this array. So if I now run it, then you can see that printing it is printing the array, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. It is the shape of the array is 3 cross 3, and dimension is 2 dimension. Why it is 2 dimension? That if you just want to understand that how it is 1 dimension 2 dimension, then you can just by printing the output whatever it is giving, you can understand that how. Because if it is a 1D array, if it was an 1D array, then it will show within a single third bracket, third square bracket or third bracket. So the and if you want to, if you are seeing, like if you are seeing the output again within another box bracket, then you can understand this is a 2D array. For 3D array, then it can contain like these 2D things and many 2D array in another whole third number of box bracket. Then you can get the idea that that is the that is of dimension of 3 third order array. So you can play with it and check what is the shape, dimension, everything. Now I have using this I have used this array dot shape, arr dot shape, to print this shape of the array. There is another method. You can use np dot shape of arr, and store it with shape. Then just write shape, then you can understand the shape again. Like it is giving now 3 3, that is the shape. So np dot shape is another thing that you can use in spite of arr dot shape. Again like I can write this also, print shape, and be careful with the brackets or the parenthesis. If you don't give correct brackets or parenthesis, then you will not be able to get the answer and it will show you error. So this is a thing with shape and dimension of the array. And now once we know about the array, then now we can understand how to do the operations with this array. Suppose we have two arrays. Again, I don't need import. Once I have imported it, it is already imported. So for the element wise operations, suppose we have two array 1 and array 2. I have defined two array like 1 2 3 4 5 6. You can define any array of any order and anything. And if you want to do the sum of it and write it, that do some operation like sum operation, then result equal to ARR1 plus ARR2. If I store this ARR1 plus ARR2 as result and print it, then what we'll get is 579, which is an 1D array, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 are the each elements of one of the single arrays. Then 1 plus 4 is equal to 5, 5 plus 2 equal to 7, and 6 plus 3 equal to 9. So for array, it does element by element summing. If you want to do like 1 2 3 will sum up with 4, 1 2 3 will sum up with 5, and 1 2 3 will sum up with 6, then you need to do some other operation. For that, what you can do is that array 1, and you need to plus the np dot add 2 of element 2, then you will be able to add the 6 with all of these elements. But if you are writing that sum of the two arrays only, then it will do element wise operation, which is 1 plus 4, 2 plus 5, 3 plus 6. So this is 5 7 9. Now we are going to do some, and if you want to know the what is the shape and dimension of it, I can, just by seeing it, I can tell this is an 1D array. But it should be an 1D array because we are summing of two 1D array. But if you want to check it, then you can again use np.shape or result.shape to know what is the shape and dimension, all those things. Now example 5, we want to do square of each element of the array first, and then we want to calculate the mean of the array. Array is defined as again 1 2 3 4 5, and if you now do np dot square of this array, then you can directly get the element wise square of each element of the array. So for this is the purpose to teach you that array does element wise operation. Like it is true for each and every element what you are commanding to that array again. And if you want to calculate the mean of this array, then 1 2 3 4 5 you can do calculate the like the mean, what is the mean of value of these data points. Then obviously you know that you can see that it will be 3, and if you print the mean value, then it will give you whatever the answer is. And for that, you just need to use np.mean. For sum operation also, you can use np.sum. For standard deviation also, you can use np.std. So there are many more things which you can search, because there are many facilities in Numpy library, which maybe even I also don't know of every modules. Whenever I need whatever, I use that for my purpose. Whenever you will need whatever, you will search it, and you will be able to know it, what you need for your code or your operations, what you want to do. So you search for these np.sum, np.std. These are for standard deviation, sum, and how to do the operation. There is one more facility in this Python, is like if you write np.sum with an with a question mark and run it, then it will show you the signature of it, what it can perform, what it can do. And this is the most beautiful feature of Python, that it can if whatever you want to use, you just write it and give an question mark and run it, then it will give you what is how you can use this module. If you don't know how to use one module, what are the variables you need to provide, what are the parameters that you are going to give, and what are the output you are going to get, then this is a very useful thing to learn, that how to know about any of the module. So use this np.sum, np.std to know how to search in Python shell itself, and try to implement by yourself by defining your own problem to learn this learn the more modules and libraries in Python. And Numpy is one of the most powerful library in Python. So now, after discussing some operations of array and numpy, I'm going to introduce matplotlib. This matplotlib, matplotlib.pyplot, matplotlib.pyplot is the library function which helps to plot in Python. I am importing it as PLT such that we don't need to write it multiple times. Then we'll just use PLT from now onwards. Then we can for plotting purpose. Suppose I have three arrays, like one is x, one is y1, and one is y2, and I have just defined it randomly for showing you how to use it. And we now by this time we have the idea of defining array. And now if you assume that these are some data points, then we can plot it to check that how is it varying with x. You can check with y1 y2 y1 x, nothing matters, like, but you need to know about that what is the variation you want to check. For that purpose, here we are going to check how y1 and y2 is varying with x. For that, you can use plt.plot. For plt.plot, you have to give certain variables in the right places to use this library function. What we need to provide is that for plt.plot, in the first place, you need to give the x-axis values or x-axis data, whatever you want to plot, and in y-axis, you have to give that array which is a function of x, suppose, or with which you want to see the variation of with x. So now here I want to see variation of y1 with x and variation of y2 with x. Then I will plot plt.plot x y1 x y2. 1 minute. Let me add few more person. Please bear with me, I have cold and coughs. Okay, so I have added again some people. So now the thing is, yes, now let's get back with it. Like, as we have defined three arrays and we want to plot x y1 x y2, then you can define, if you just write plt.plot these things, maybe I am commenting out these things because then you will be able to understand what is the difference between these two. Then if you and maybe right now let me comment everything such that we will develop that how we can plot it and how we can make it beautiful. Like, suppose we want to plot it x y1 and y2 versus x also. Then I am plotting now this, and if I run it, then it will show this plot, like variation of x with y1. But with this plot we cannot understand anything. What is the y axis, what is the x axis, what is this blue line is telling? Nothing. So this is not a correct representation of any plot. Now let me plot y2 also simultaneously in a single figure. Then I will write plt.plot x y2. Then you will be able to see this both graph in a single figure. Till we don't know what is the x-axis, what is the y-axis, and all those stuff. Now let me write plt.xlabel, x-l-a-b-e-l, x-label. Then it will write it as x-axis and plt.ylabel as y-axis. Then if I run it, then it will show you x-axis in x and y-axis in y, because now I am just writing x-axis y-axis, we don't have any data like defined data now. But suppose you are calculating the amount of rain has occurred in these July. For that you need to write like like time, what is the time, like date or time, and in y-axis amount of water in millimeter. So in ml, sorry. So if you do that, then you whatever the data you are plotting, you can write it in x level and y level. Now I also want to add the title, that what it is showing. It is showing just two arrays in the same plot. That's what the title I have given, because I am showing this. Whatever your title is, you can give it. Now I also want to add that by this plot you don't understand what is the blue line is representing, what is the orange line is representing. For that, I will now add legend for this. If I add legend without labeling anything, then it will not work. Either you have to write plt.legend within the first bracket. You need to give some you need to give this box bracket, and then write array 1, and then comma, box bracket, comma, and that colon, inverted comma, array 2. Then if you run, then you will be able to see that it will be showing that blue line is array 1 and orange line is array 2. This is one way of writing this labeling. But if you don't want to write this way, then there is another way. Suppose I have removed it, plt.legend, and I have written label here directly in the plot. Then now, without giving anything inside legend, you can see that there will be array 1, array 2 as blue line and orange line. It will automatically come up. So one by one, we can add many things to define and make our graph looking better. Now I can use plt.grid to look at the grid points, like where it is 1, where it is 2, like now it is showing 1.1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, such that we have the idea just by seeing over here, or making the graph much more beautiful than it was previous. So you can and maybe at some point of time you need this grid point to show. That is up to you, what purpose, for what purpose you are using it. Now you can add many more things with it to make it much more nicer. You can mark one of the graph with dot, one of the graph with star. You can line change the line style. Everything can be done with this plot, with this Matplotlib. So for that, let me now use these things. Then you can see that what if the differences has been added. For array 1, now you can see that this is a blue line with the points as dot, and this array 2, now the line is the dashed line with the cross things at the points. Suppose you don't want any any line in between, then let me comment it out and write plt.scatter. You want scatter plot, like only the dot points what are there in the plot. Then you can just do it, and level marker, this let me add there. You also do with me, then you will be able to understand much more better.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm doing right now, but I'm not able to view my plot. I'm getting error in the line in which you have given the marker word and line style.
Okay, so you are getting problem in the marker and the line style. What problem it is showing?
Wait, ma'am.
Sorry.
Ma'am, it's getting error in the line where we have marker and line style.
Okay, so have you given proper
I
this
have
comma
written
and this?
PLT. I have written PLT dot plot,
Yes,
then inside bracket x comma y2
yes,
or either y1,
huh,
then label is equal to array 1 and
yes.
array 2 in different labels. I am repeating only one. PLT dot plot x
Okay.
comma y1 label is
Hmm,
equal to,
hmm,
in single quotes we have array 1,
hmm,
then comma, then marker
hmm,
is equal to
hmm,
inside the single quote o,
hmm.
then again comma, line style is equal to inside the single quote hyphen.
Okay,
But I am getting error here.
you are getting error there. How it can be possible if it is right?
Can I share my
Yes,
screen?
yes. Please show your
Okay.
screen.
Yes, ma'am, please. Ma'am, I think when you will stop, then I will be able to share
Yes,
my
you share.
screen.
I will, yeah, allow it.
Ma'am, is it visible?
Still now it is not, but yes, now it is visible.
Is it visible now?
Yes, it is visible. Okay, let me check. X y1 add a one marker and it is showing. Wait a minute. Okay, line style. This thing. Line style. Okay, for the second line style, you change the line style. Give just two dash.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Now done.
Still it's showing. Now it's done. Thank
Okay.
you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you
Ma'am,
need
what
to.
is the purpose? What is the purpose of these one dash or two dash?
Yeah, because if you are giving one dash, then Python will assume it as straight line, like no dash. Then if you give two dash, then it will consider as dashed line. It has perfect signature, like they whatever they consider, they will consider it automatically. If you give three dash, then it will not work. Like it, these are already defined. I can show you. Like you can use this thing. Like go to another shell. Now write plt.plot and plt.plot, give
Ma'am,
a
please share
question.
your screen now.
Okay, huh. Thank you for remembering me. Wait, can you see it? Yeah, I think
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can see it. All right, so now you can just let me do it again. Go to another cell, type plt.plot and question mark and then run it. Then you will be able to see that what are the possibilities that you can use. Now let me go to like parameters data returns, line style plt dot. mm. Okay, now see that character, what you marker. For the marker, what are the character you can use for what? Here it is given the description of that marker character. If you use o, then it will give circle marker. As well as for the line style, there they have given the characters and description of it. Like if you use this single hyphen, then it will show you a solid line. If you give two hyphen, then it will give you dash line. If you give dash and then dot, then it will give you dash dot line. And if you give these semicolon kind of double dot kind of things, then it will give you dotted line style. So it is already defined for Python. Like if you need to you need to use these characters only to get whatever you want to whatever you want for your plot. So now you got it that what things you can use.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, suppose I want my plot in either sine wave curve, just like we have a simple sine wave curve.
Mm-hmm.
So, it will depend upon our data, what data we give.
Yes, obviously. Now let me. If you want to check that what is a sine wave, let me do one thing. Let me plot it. Okay, so x equal to what I can define, np dot arrange 0 np dot pi, then sorry, arrange uh, okay. Now let me define y equal to np dot sine x. Now let me write plt dot plot x y, run it. Maybe if I write plt dot show, then this commenting will not show again, and then you can just get it. But why you are getting like this? Because I have not defined how many points. Let me do 1,000 points. uh, oh sorry, no. Let me do np dot arrange 0.1. Then you are getting this kind of graph. Now what I have done here, I have defined x as a array where from 0 to pi, and y is np dot sine, that is one another module, and that is of x. Then if you plot, now you have the data of y. You can print the x and y also. Let me print it for your understanding. X and print y, then you will get the x is 0, 0.1 and all those things up to 3.1. 3 point, what it, why it is giving 3.1? Because I have not defined that pi is equal to that it no pi is equal to 3.14 already. So that's why it is showing 0 to 3.14 within the with a gap of 0.1, as I have given 0.1 as the stepping that's the stepping index. This 0 is the starting point, pi is the ending point, and 0.1 is the step size, what we within which interval I want to see it. So now once we have defined x and one, then we can use np dot sine of that x. Then we will get the sine already automatically, and you can get corresponding to 0, sine x equal to 0, corresponding to 0.1, whatever it is showing like that. And if you plot now x versus y and plt dot show then you can directly get the variation of x. Now if I do for 2 star 2 pi and uh, from up to 2 pi, then it will show you like this. Now you got it.
How will be able to know which value we have to take? Like earlier, I think you were typing something like 100. Then you typed 0.1. How will be able to know that?
No, 100 I by mistakenly I have done for this arrange. For the arrange, you need to define the step size. 100 cannot be a step size, right? if you
Okay.
if you if you give 100, like from within 0 to 3.14, if you give step size of 100, then it is directly for getting 0 to 100. We
Yes,
need to
yes.
take 0 to 3.14. We need to slice in such a manner such that it can we can see the slicing within 0 to 3.14, right?
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
All right. So now is it clear?
मैम
Yes,
एक्सक्यूज
ma'am.
Yes.
मैम
Anybody
जो
else?
आप मैम विच कोड यू राइट नाउ तो मैम उसका जो 2 into mp.pi उसका क्या मतलब है उसमें
Sorry, I cannot hear you.
मैम आई सेड दैट 2 into mp.pi का मतलब क्या है
Okay, what is np.pi? That is what you want to know.
यस
Okay, so np.pi is that pi. We know that what is pi. Pi is equal to 3.14, or we all use the pi, right? And now this is a numerical value. We all know that pi is that if you can write pi in prove that value of the pi in is equal to 3.14 in various manner. And just to import pi, you can directly use np.py rather by rather by writing it as 3.14. You don't need to write as 3.14. If you write it as 3.14 also, it will work. But I know that for pi, for importing pi, you can directly write np.py, that is a module here in Python, and you can directly use it. Got my point?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, what is the use of np.arrange?
Okay, np.arrange is creating an array between 0 to pi. Now it is 2 pi, between 0 to 2 pi, and in between the step size we can define the step size. Like if I give the step size now 1, then you can see that it will not be smooth. Why it is not smooth? Because this is giving only 3.14 by 0 to 6 points. It is now giving 6 points because we are giving step size 1. Now if I giving I am giving 0.1, then the step size is reducing and it is calculating in much more less interval, such that we can get a smooth curve. So this np.array, you can create an array just by writing np.array 0, 0.1, 0.2, like whatever it is showing here, like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. You can write it like this. But I am using np.arrange because we cannot write each and every point. It is very time consuming. Like I don't have time to type everything 0, 0.1, 0.2. We'll not do that. We'll use np.arrange for big data, just to import, like whenever we know that we need 0 to 100 and within one interval, we'll just do one np.arrange, then it will give you that same thing.
Okay.
Ma'am, np.pa, instead of that, we can use the random numbers.
If you use the random numbers, then it will work, but for random numbers it will generate random numbers, right? Why do I need
Yes.
random numbers here? Here we don't need random numbers. For random number things also, I have example today. I will show you that.
Ma'am,
Yes,
what np dot arrange is doing?
that's what I was mentioning, right? That np.arrange is doing nothing but creating an array itself. It is creating an array which we have the idea that starting point is 0, ending point is pi or 2 pi, and the interval the interval between each 2 point is 0.1. Like you can write it by your hand, 0, 0.1, 0.2. That is time consuming, and why we are going to do that? We already have some other module which is np.arrange, that directly can define some 2 points, one starting point and one ending point, and within some step, with some step size which is 0.1 here. Let me write np.arrange. This is the starting, then ending, and this is the step size. And when we have idea about the starting point, ending point, and step size, then we don't need to write np.array and define each point, each element. We can just use np.arrange. This is a module library within the library function of Numpy. Got it?
Madam,
Yes.
if on the curve, if you want to plot few points,
Hmm.
then can we do it in it?
Like you want to show the points also, right?
Yes, ma'am, on the same curve, sine
Okay,
curve.
okay, sure. You can do it. Plt.scatter x y. Just do this. Now it is showing all the points within the curve also.
And if we want to show some specific points,
Then you need to define another array and plot, and you need to have two same shape array, and then you can do that only. Suppose I don't want to see all these things, and for that let me x equal to again np.arrange, or maybe you can directly plt.scatter 0.6 comma uh, 0.6 comma what is the corresponding value of 0.6? Maybe I can use 0.1 because this is a corresponding value of 0.1. Mm, then can you see that just one
Yes,
point is
ma'am.
showing? Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else? Otherwise, I'll move forward.
Can we change the color of the graph cut, ma'am?
1 minute. Maybe I can join few more people. There are only 90. Then I will take the question. Yes, what whoever was telling, tell me again.
I was asking that can we change the color of the graph cut?
Yes, you can. You can change. Suppose I want to do this with marker line style. This is blue and this is blue. Let me do. Let me do. Wait a minute. Uh, this is like this plot. Now this is already blue. Whatever. Let me plot one with blue, one with red. Write just the color with the plt dot plot. Give second one single inverted comma and write red. Maybe first one is blue, whatever. And then again comma color equal to red. Then it is now plotting the first graph as blue line, and it is plotting the second graph as red line. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
all right.
Ma'am, will it be convenient for you to share this code in chat box?
Sorry, this code.
Yes, ma'am, in chat box, because it takes time to write at the same time in Jupyter for us.
Sorry, so you want me to give this access of this Jupyter notebook such that you can utilize use it at this moment?
Yes, ma'am. No, I'm just saying that please do the copy and paste of this code that you are typing in the chat box.
That I am writing in the chat box. I am not writing anything in the Google Meet chat box. Are you talking about?
Will it be convenient for you to copy this code in the chat box?
Okay, okay. Okay,
Thank you
so
so much.
for okay, whenever you are finding any problem, like facing any problem, then maybe I can write give it. Otherwise, for giving everything, it will be very difficult for me. And if you want these codes, obviously I will share with you after the end of this class, and I will try at this moment also which are the to give you few things at this chat box. Okay, all right, I will try. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? If not, then I will move forward.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
You can continue.
Okay. So the thing is, now the example 6 is like I have given it name as broadcasting, like nothing different than that. But again, import. I don't need import. Array is equal to np dot array 1 to 3. Again, I have defined one array. Then now I have defined another thing as scalar. Whatever the name you want to give, I have just given it as scalar equal to 2. Then if you do the sum of this array plus scalar, that is it is one array and this is just an integer, then it will add this integer for all of the element in this array. As I have already mentioned that array does element wise operations. This is true for this case also. So what we'll get is 1 plus 2, 3, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, and 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. 5. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, 4 plus 2 is equal to 5. 5 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 plus 2 is equal to Oh, this is at least try to paste big codes, ma'am, if possible. Okay, I'll try, but writing habit is very necessary. Like even like the problem someone is getting in that two hyphen thing, if you not write it by yourself, then you will not be able to understand that what is the problem is and how to do debugging. It is, now I can write a code in a like just by writing it and running it. I can run a code by single shot, but when I started doing for it for first time, I also need to do it. Some error is there, debug it again, do it. By that you will be able to learn much more clearly. But yes, I can understand your perspective. Like when I was student, I used to ask for these things also. So I'll obviously share, but let me continue it also, because there are many things left to discuss. So now I discuss about list. In Python, a list is a mutable ordered collection of elements. This is very important. Now up to now I was just discussing about the Numpy library. Now we'll discuss about list, string, dictionary, pandas, all those things. So I hope you can one by one you will be able to understand that how what are the different things and how these things are different, and what we can by for what we can use what. So in Python, a list is a mutable ordered collection of elements. It is one of the most versatile
Ma'am,
and commonly used data structures in Python.
excuse me,
List,
ma'am.
yes.
Ma'am, repeat once again because it's late joining.
Okay. uh, what do you want to me to be repeat?
It's second one in Python, like least multiple ordered. It's,
List like I have not defined list yet. I was talking about array till now.
okay, ma'am.
Okay, now I'll discuss about it. Don't worry.
Okay,
If you have if you are unable to follow the first part of it till now, then you can visit the YouTube to check the first part. Okay.
okay, thank you.
Okay. So in Python, a list is a mutable ordered collection of elements. It is the most versatile and commonly used data structures in Python. Now we are going one by one in entering into the data science. Okay, lists can contain elements of different data types such as integers, strings, floats, and even other lists. And we have introduced about integer, string, float in first class. The elements in a list are separated by comma and enclosed within square brackets. So this is an empty list. If you write just an empty list as a square bracket, then it will create an empty list. If you write it single element list, then you can just write 42 like this in a square bracket, then you will get a single element list. If you want a multiple element list, then you need to write it with comma in between two elements. Then mixed data list. For that, this is a string. This is 42 3.5. 3.42 is an integer, 3.14 is a float, and true false is just like true false are the if you do any operations, then what are the output is true false. If you give all the mixture of these, then it can also take as a list, and this is called a mixed data list. you can also do you can also add several lists in a single list, that is called nested list, and that is equal to that is one list that is with a single box bracket, and the another box bracket which is another list is 1 2, and this is another list which is ab. This is also mixed type. The single list are of single type. This is of integer list. This is a string list, but this nested list is a mixed data list. So if you like run these things, then you can see that check that what is the output this is giving. So now I will maybe print all of the things, but before that uh, let me show you. Okay, let me show you that if I write print nested list, then write, then run it, then you will get to see this 1 2 a b as like this. This is the output. Now I want to access a particular element from a list. Suppose I want to call the first element of this multiple element list. Then what we need to write is just the multiple element list, square bracket, and the 0. Why 0? Now let me write step by step. Let me comment it out maybe such that we can understand. Okay, so this is multiple element list 0, which I want to print. So I have given this, and if I run it, then it will show just 1. Why? Because the first element of this multiple elements list is 1. Now 1 2 3 4 5, this starts counting from 0. Like this element is called 0 element, 0th element. This is the first element, this is the second element, this is the third element. If you think that if I give one like first one as first element, then it will show this second part, this 2, not the first. So you need to start counting from 0 whenever you are doing for any like list, array, or doing for loop, if loop, whatever you are doing. Whenever you want to do anything for Python, it starts counting from 0. Keep in mind about this. Maybe I will comment it that starts counting from 0. So now this is for calling just one element in a list. Now suppose I want to access element and write it like the first element of multiple elements list is equal to this. Then for that, in the single inverted comma, we will write first element of multiple element list equal to this. Whatever I will write within the single inverted comma in the print, it will just write that only, nothing to do with that. Then comma and multiple elements list, box bracket 0, then we will able to print the first element of multiple elements list equal to 1. Similarly, I can do for the any of the things like third element of mixed data list, then that is like this. It will print like this. Now suppose I want to change multiple elements list, this 1 as 10. This will not like some mistake has happened with my data. I want to change that. So for that, I will write that the first element, which is the 0th element, multiple element list, square bracket 0, just do it equal to 10, then print it. You can see that multiple element list has now changed in 10 2 3 4 5. So just you can define it lately also, and then now it will store the modified list. So for the code, let me share it in the chat box. Maybe I can add few people who are waiting. All right. So this is element defining of list and how to call element. Now we can do sum of elements, sum of list also, but this is different than array. Suppose we have defined two lists, one is 1 2 3, one is 4 5 6. If it was an array, then if I add this list array 1 and array 2, then what it was giving? It was giving 1 plus 4, that is 5 7 9, right? Now as I have a list now, and if I just do list 1 plus list 2, then what it will do now is 1 2 3 4 5 6. It will just place two lists side by side. So, are you able to understand that what is the difference between list and array now? I hope it is very clear now that what is the difference between these. That's why I have put this two examples with this, such that you can understand such that you can understand that what is the difference between these two. Now let me go to the list slicing. What is list slicing? Suppose I have defined a list of 1 2 3 4 5 6, over here it is 1 2 3 4 5, and I want to slice it like 1 to 4. 1 means here 2, like first element. Whenever we are talking about any element, then we need to be very careful. Like 0 means the first element, 1 means the second element. Okay, 2 means this, 3 means this, and so on. So 1 to 4, then it will print as 1 from 4 minus 1, that is third element. Keep this notation very carefully in mind, that 0 it is starting point and ending point is, if you write at 4, then it will show up to third element. Let me print it, then you will be able to understand. Like now I am slicing it numbers from 1 to 4. So it will show from 2 3 4. 2 is the first element, 3 is the second element, 4 is the third element, up to that. Now if I print 5, then it will show as 2 3 4 5. So it, the ending point is like, let me comment. Wait a minute, somebody is asking. Can we append the values in the nested list? You can append it. You can do some, by doing some you can append, do it. I will show you. You can use np.append. How to do that, I will show you. Like I want to change value a with r, will I be able to do it? You can just be with this class, you will be able to know all the stuff. Okay, and for the YouTube link, somebody is asking for the YouTube link. Maybe I can so give you. Okay, thank you, Shivam. And okay, let me go back to this. So if I want to print just 1 to so it is starting from 0th and ending in n minus 1. Like suppose if n equal to 4, then it will be n at n minus 1 equal to 3. That is the ending point. If I print 3, then can you guess what will it happen? Will it show? It will show just 2 and 3. This is the first element and this is the second element. As I have given up to third element, so it will show up to 3. That's why it is show up to 3 minus 1, that is second element. So keep practicing these things and write in your code to understand it. So now I want to add to string. I have added one string 1 as hello and string 2 as world, and I have already defined what are the strings in the previous class. Then string 1 plus string 2 will give you just hello world side by side, because there is no numeric in string. This is just words. If you run it, then you will get it like this. Maybe again I can share the code. Let me add few more tuple again. Can we have the access of this Jupyter notebook? You will have the access of this Jupyter notebook. I will upload it after the class is over. This is the next. Please do it by yourself, run it, then you will only be able to learn it properly. And I am sharing the code also whenever I remember that I need to share. But I have to proceed further also. Let's proceed. Like I have a string which I have defined as text. That Python is awesome. Now can I split this into a list? That is also possible. That's why I have written as split a string into a list of substrings. Then if I just write text dot split within the first bracket, then and print the words like whatever I have defined as words, whatever you can define it with, then it will now show a list consisting of strings of each of the word of this text. That's why it is showing Python as a single string, comma, then it is which is another, then comma, then awesome, that is another. So this is with the string, like there is nothing to add and do the stuff. So if you have some like data which is written as a line, then if you want to make it as a list and do list operations like adding or whatever I have just shown, then you can split the text into its string list. You can as well join the string like I have split the string in list within the list as words. Then now if I have words like Python one string, then is one string, awesome another string in a list, and right now text equal to single inverted comma blank space dot join words, then it will show the text again, which is Python is awesome. I'll share this. You write your own thing for the split thing. Now list comprehensions, like generate a
Ma'am,
new list using list comprehensions. Yes,
ma'am, in array also do we have split operation?
sorry.
In array,
In array,
earlier you explained about array, right? So in array also do we have split operation?
in array we don't use split, but we have some different operation which we do to like cut few points or add few points or append few points. If you want to add something in last, then we use np.append. If you want to cut few points, then we do similar things like 1 colon 4 kind of thing. And for the list operation what we are doing here at np.split, then it is splitting the things in the thing into the list. That will not happen for the array in case of this, because this is a list operation. Now I am sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now generate a new list using list comprehension. For that, I have generated another list again, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, consisting of integers. Then I have done squared numbers equal to how I am doing squared in list now. If I wanted to do the squaring in array, then I just did np.square in the bracket the array. Now I want to do the square things in the list, then what we'll do is for num in numbers and num is in square, the star star 2 you must have must be aware of this star means to the power. And for num in numbers is num which I am defining that or this num, like num is another variable which is taking a single element from the list numbers and squaring it. Then if I do num star star 2 for num in numbers, then what it will give us? Square of each and every element of the list. And now you can print it and you will get this. Let me give this also. Okay. Now filtering with the list.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
For the squaring, can we use any function, already defined function?
For the squaring with the, you can use np.square for the array, but for the list this is the way.
Okay, thank you.
For the filtered elements in a list using list comprehension, then you can define a list, and again another, I'm defining a list, and I want to filter out those numbers which are even. You can write this thing by defining some function and doing multiple lines. I am just writing it in a single line. You can do like this is just a code, right? Let me write the question. You have a list of numbers. Find out the even numbers. You can. This is a shortcut method for that. You can do it in several other ways. I will share this code with you, so you can do this way. But if anybody wants to do using Numpy and any other things, you can try. So take it as a homework or question that you can try in your home or by yourself. That how you can find even numbers from a list of numbers. Now I want to
Ma'am,
reverse the list. Suppose I
excuse
have
me,
a
ma'am.
list. Yes.
Ma'am, you wrote no ma'am squared numbers for num star to for numbers in for num in numbers.
Can you please talk a little loud? I cannot hear.
Ma'am, how to nest two loops in a single line like you did no ma'am in squared numbers.
Yes.
Square numbers equal to num double star 2 for
Uh-huh.
num in numbers.
Yes.
Like that, can we do for nested loops like two for
Yes,
loops?
yes, 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 you can do.
Ma'am, can you give me an example for that, ma'am?
For the do thing.
Ah, yes, ma'am. Like
Oh,
of two
like
for loops
you
in the same.
okay. For that, at the starting of the class, I have told that I will share a poll with you that if people are aware about for loop, do loop, while loop, if loop, all nested loop, all those things. If people, I found that most of the students are not aware about this. Then I will for next class, I will show you those flowchart and the loops in the first half of the class, like for half of an hour of the class. And then and if I found that most of the students are aware about this, then I will skip this part. So are you aware about this for loops, while loops? I think you are aware, but you don't know how to do it within the square things, right?
Ah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so maybe if I start explaining and do talk about the loops right now, then whatever the plan I have for today, that will not be covered up within the time. So maybe maybe let me know the reaction from the students about the loop and flowchart thing. Then I will discuss about the it at next class. By that time you can try it by yourself, and otherwise I'll show it in next class, so by considering the timing. Otherwise I have many things to show today, so is it all right with you?
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so now we can also reverse the list, like numbers dot reverse, by using just numbers dot reverse. Then you can reverse that. I have this number as 1 2 3 4 5 as a list. Now we are getting 5 4 3 2 1. Now maximum and minimum, we can found the maximum minimum. For that, I have numbers 10 5 10 15 25, any list. Then maximum value of it, just write max numbers in the first bracket, we will get the maximum value as well as the minimum value. For minimum value you can write this min. Maybe another way, you can do it by writing np.max, amax. Many things are available there. I am showing one particular example with one notation. In coding nowadays in Python, you will have your own approach, you will have your own style of writing your code, and you can use several other things. There are many, not only one module for one thing, there are several things actually. Okay, so like I was talking about np.arrange, there is another thing called np.linspace, linspace. Suppose you have starting point, ending point, and you want to get, you have like let me show, I'll show you. Like now I have numbers, and let me define an array now. np.array, array, uh, 1 2 3 8 10 3 1 0. So now I will write uh, m equal to np dot max, uh, sorry, numbers, and print it. Then it will show 10 is the maximum. Similarly, there is np.min. So there are several other ways. Another thing that I was mentioning just right now, just giving the answer of someone was asking about doing using the loop. For that reason, I am showing that you can use whatever you want to use. That is up to you. And if other thing I have already told, so let me just show you one more thing, that np.linspace. You have, I have shown you np.arrange, ARANGE. If you use that, then what you have is starting point, ending point, and number of step and the step size within which interval you want to get the points. Now suppose you have starting point, ending point, you don't know the step size, but you have the idea that you need 100 points to present this plot, or you need 100, you want to divide it in 100 points, then you can use linspace. 1 to 10, suppose I want to 100, then it will automatically define an array of where there are 100 points within 1 to 10. If I do 101, then it will show this, like 101 points. Now it is giving whatever, you can try it by yourself. So there are various things. Now I want to do sorting of list. How to sort? I am sorting the list of strings based on the length of each string. Suppose I have a string list which is defined as words, which is apple, banana, orange, grape, kiwi, this. Now sorted words is just write it as sorted, first bracket, the first point is words, and key, what is the key, is length. It is depending upon on the length, it will sort the elements of list. So first it is showing what, if we run it, then first it is showing kiwi, then it is showing apple, then it is showing grape, then banana, then orange. Why kiwi first? Because it is the shortest length with 4 words, 4 4 alphabets. And then I have apple with 5 words, 5 with 5 alphabets, and grape is also with 5 alphabets. But apple is coming first because it is starting with A, and grape is coming at second place because it is starting with G. Similarly for banana and orange, they have 6 alphabets in it, and as it is starting from B, then it is giving at first place, and then it is orange. So by this way you can sort. And if you want to check the sorting uh, like conditions, what will come first, and based on what it is giving you that, then again you can just type type sorted and question mark, and you can check what are the possible things within upon which it is showing the sorting. So now I am going to intersection and union. Now as I am going much more, then it is going to introduce much more components in data science. Intersection and union is one of the most useful thing in data science, because suppose you have two gathering of people, and or two gathering of people or mixed of people with two opinions. Suppose we have a gathering of people with two opinions. Someone is saying yes, someone is saying no, and there is third party which are in dilemma, like they don't know what to do. So how to but and you have the data points, all of the things, who is wanting yes, who is wanting no, who is whatever the things are, and you can check what are the which within the intersection, like intersection and union are the two mathematical operators. For the union, you get all of the sum of the people, like there is 10 and 10 another list, then 20, it will show all of the people. But those who are common in both of the things, like they are all right with yes and they are all right with no, then they will come in the intersection, like they don't have any problem with anything, they are in both of the things. Then you can use the intersection operation to know that number of that which people, or number of people, or whatever the list is defined, which are the people, or which amount of people, or what are the things that they are agreeing with the both things. So this kind of real life application can be done with the intersection, union, and much more operation. But right now I am showing you the most simple operations with just by giving to list and all the things. So you can relate it with your own explanation, that how you can use intersection, union, or other operation also. I am just showing you here of intersection and union of lists. Suppose I have two lists 1 2 3 4 5 and list 2 is 4 5 6 7 8, then intersection of them will show that 4 and 5 are common in both. That's why it is showing print intersection is showing 4 and 5. If you print union, then it will show 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, all those things. Now how to do this? You can write that list within the first bracket, set list 1 ampersand set list 2, then it will show you intersection. Then ampersand operation within the set inside list is what gives you the intersection, and union is just this straight line. This line will give you about the union and let you know about the union. Suppose you have two list within this set, inside a list, like this is the module, or this is this way of representing the stuff. Like you cannot question that why I am writing in this manner, because this is the way to do it, which is defined for Python. If you use Matlab or C or anything else, then there will be some other method for doing these stuff. For Python, this is the way how to get the intersection or union. So if you write it, then you will get it like this. Now I want to go to now I want to check the next thing, which is string palindrome check.
Ma'am,
What is
one doubt,
palindrome?
ma'am.
Palindrome, yes.
Ma'am, without set conversion, directly we can apply the intersection in list 1 and list 2.
Sorry.
Directly we can apply the intersection in list 1 and list 2. Now itself we are converting the set of list 1, right? Without conversion, we can apply the intersection in list 1 and list 2
separately. You want to apply it in for separate list.
Ma'am, I think only list cannot understand what is intersection or what is union. I mean, is that concept
why we
correct?
are converting the set of list 1?
Set of list one. Why they're
Set
converting?
of,
I am unable to understand your question. Can you explain it?
see, intersection equal to list of set of list one. That conversion we are doing, right? Without conversion, that intersection we can apply in the list one and list two.
No, this is not a conversion. This set of list one and set of list two. This whole thing is within a first bracket of list. This list
Okay.
is an operation, and this set
Okay,
list
okay.
one is another thing. Set list like this is a separate thing. This part, and that is within that list, and it is comparing between this list one and list two to understand the intersection.
Okay, my thought is a conversion list we are converting to set. My
No.
thought. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So, ma'am, what is the role of set here?
Because now I am whenever we do the Venn diagram or we are doing that union and intersection, we represent mostly it with a set, right? Like we know about set theory in mathematics or mathematics, statistics, physics, whatever. If you if you know about the set, like list one is now is acting as a set. Then this ampersand operation like intersection and union, these operation are set theory based operation. That's why I am writing list one as a set. That's why set of list one, then ampersand, which is the comparison of the intersection between the list two lists is that is taken as set now, and then it is representing it again as a list. Do you get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Here, Roshanlal, I want to ask about the set. Set indexing is possible or not?
In set you want to index.
Yeah, indexing of the element.
Okay, indexing of the element anyhow, anywhere it is possible. But for that you need to if you are defining a list into a set, then you want to know the indexing of that, then you need to convert it again to the list, and then you can check it as a what you can do anything, like you can check index, you can do append, whatever you want to do, but you need to convert it correctly. Right now the ampersand, that intersection operation, is a comparison between two sets. That's why I am converting it to the set, and say after the set comparison, I am again printing it as a list. And if you want to do the indexing, if you know that how to know the index, you just do it, index it, and then if you want to present it represent it as a list, then again do it as a list. There is no problem.
Okay, ma'am. In the last session, may I ask one more query on data frame based on assignment 3?
Okay, but we will not talk about week 3 or assignment 3 in today's class, because I know that assignment 3 is already published, but for today's class we will talk about week 2 and assignment 2 only, not assignment 3. That will be
Okay,
discussed in the next class.
Okay, thanks, sir. Thanks, ma'am.
Okay, sure. So now I want to check the palindrome. What is a palindrome? That palindrome is like I have a word, and if I read it from this first place to last place and last place to first place, then backward and forward reading is same. So I am defining a palindrome. I am defining palindrome as a function of a. This is a defining some function, just same as that, and returning is equal to a's double colon minus of 1. Now somebody in yesterday's not yesterday, no, in previous class was stuck into that the question was there that which one is assign operator and which is comparison operator. I hope this and somebody was asking that
Ma'am, you are not audible, ma'am.
sorry, anything?
Ma'am, somebody was saying you are not audible.
So am I audible or not?
Yes, ma'am. Now you are audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. No
Okay.
issue. Yeah, please continue.
So for the checking of the palindrome, you can just do this thing, and like if like a simple function which is defined as palindrome as a function of s, then you can just write is with a comparison operator. Now if you write with two equal things, then it is a comparison operator. And what it is doing here is that from -1, that means the last element of that string, it is start reading, and from last to first it is checking that it is equivalent with the first to last or not. This is just the this is the function which is doing that. And now I am defining two word and checking if this word is a palindrome or not. And for that I have printed palindrome word 1 and palindrome word 2. Then if it is correct, then it will show true, and if it is false, then if it is not, then it will show false. Like radar is a palindrome, radar, backward and forward. For Python it is not. That's why it will, for one case it will show true, and for one case it will show false. Now for this thing, maybe I should share your the code, as somebody was mentioning. Okay, so I have shared it. You can check. You can check with many more words if it is a palindrome or not. Now, two things to learn here. Two more things to learn here. I have defined a function. So learn how to define a function. If you do, like somebody in the previous class was talking about the numerical methods, uh, like many things. It can be interpolation, it can be integration, it can be Monte Carlo, Rangekutta, anything. For those things, this is very important. Like for not for only those things, for anything you can write a function. So learn to define a function. And in a function, the beauty of the function is that you just know the operation which wants to perform. Now once you know that, once you define the function, you can multiple times use the function with some variable upon which you are implementing it. If you do that, then you can check if it is like whatever you want to check for that. So defining a function is very important. Whoever has no idea, whoever have no idea about defining a function, that is also very important to know. So please learn details of defining a function. If face any problem, write me in the chat or in YouTube chat or mail. Now there is something called list chunking. These are much more more involved problems, which can be which like many of these in this class, it consists of like those people does not have any background of Python. I need to think about those people, and as well as those people who knows about many things about Python. So for them, these are the few examples I have given, like how to do list chunking, how to do counting character occurrence, and all those things. So at this moment, these are some advanced examples, rather than some preliminary examples. So you can, I will share this code with you. You can try it by yourself, and if face any problem, then let me know. And if somebody is very beginner level Python user, then for them you can try first with the basic things. You don't need to go to these things, because although this is with the examination, all the stuff, but these advanced questions you will not get in your exam. But somebody like us, there are many persons I can feel that who are aware about these things. For them to give some challenge or give some like interesting problems, I have given these examples. All right,
Excuse me,
maybe
ma'am.
some, yes. Yes.
Ma'am, I didn't understand palindrome.
Did not.
Ma'am, I
Say
didn't understand palindrome.
Did not understand the palindrome. Okay. So the palindrome is a, like, what is a palindrome? Palindrome is like that those words which read same from backward. Like I have rather, like here, radar. If I start from this 0.0123, then point of r is 1. The place of r is at the element 1 in the string. The element 2 in the string is A, 3 is D, 4 is A, R is 5. Or I can read it from -1, -2, like -1, 0, 1, 2, whatever. The last element is can be represented with -1 also. Now, if you start reading from this side also, this backward side also, R, A, D, A, R, then also it is the same pronunciation. These kind of words are which are called palindrome, and we want to check some word is given to you, is this a palindrome or not? And for that, suppose we have two words, we want to check if radar is a palindrome or not. It will give, if it is radar, palindrome, then it will give true. If it is not, then it will give false. For that, I have defined a function in which you can in any function you can actually do perform some operation. Here one operation is happening, that is a comparison operation, which is equal to operator, and this is comparing between the word itself and the reverse of the word. Like it starts from this -1, which is r, this part, and checking if the first part of this first element of this starting point is same with the last with the same with the is same with the last element of this string or not. Now if it is comparing and checking for each and every point, it will check, and if it is true, then it will show you that it is true, and if it is not, which is not true for Python, so it is showing you false. So this is the palindrome exercise. Now, if I want to flatten a nested list into a single list, like I have a nested list which I have already introduced in a single box. I have another boxes. These are the this is first string. This is the first list, second list, third list, which is inside a list. And I want to flatten this list. Then I can do this item for sublist in nested list for item in sublist and directly flatten this. Again, if somebody asks me, can we do by writing it a function? You can. If I do with writing by for loop, if loop, while loop, you can. Anything and everything is possible. Okay. So this is just a way to represent it. Now I want to go to time indexing. Now as we are moving forward, as I have already told, we'll more head towards the data science thing. Now I need to introduce Panda. This is another library, very important library for data science. I have introduced Pandas as import Pandas as PD. I will not use Pandas for every case. Rather, I will use PD from now onwards. Now dates, like I want to there are some starting dates. I have defined as 1st January 2023, and I have data as a list for these 5 days. Like for first day, 10 people were present in the class. In the second day, 20 people, third day 30, fourth day 40, and fifth day 50. Just randomly I have given these numbers, and to just create a data. Now I want the time series, like a time series, like in which date how many people have joined the class. Then I just I have defined a time, a variable like time series. You can define it in your choice, anything. Len pd dot series. Remember, this s is in capital. Now if I do pd dot series, inside the first bracket or the parenthesis, there is data and indexing it with the help of dates. Like first it will show the 1st January, then it is 2nd January, 3rd, 4th, 5th. With respect to the dates, if I do this time stamping, then if by doing this, if I want to do this time stamping, then just by writing pd.series and print it, we can get this data series. I have already run it and checked it. You can do it. This kind of data, the data thing, like generate, like you have lots of information about your attendance or whatever, and you want to make a file, a text file, including consisting of this data by presenting it a column and row, like a very arranged manner with row and columns, then you can use this pandas dot series. Suppose I want to now store it in a text file, then I can use np dot save text. And how to do that, that I will do in the next class. So for the loading text, save text, and all those important things which are very important, now I have just shown to you how to do time indexing. Now if you want to store the data, that part I'll do next class. Rather, now I'll go to the resampling and aggregating. You can do this resampling, like you want to get the mean of this sample of data which I have produced as time underscore series. Then you can write time underscore series resample dot mean, and this aim is given as because this aim is given as this frequency that I have given as d type, because as it is given as d, so it is d type is showing as integer 64, and I have given this frequency m and it is showing as d type float equal to 64, float 64. Now there are many like m d, which are these. I thought the details I will talk in this class, but I don't have much time. Rather, I don't have any time today. So I'll not be able to cover all the nitty gritty at this moment. Rather, just bear with me and check what are the things, and I will share these codes with you. You just try to learn it by yourself, whichever point you are finding missing or unknown to you. Now I want to introduce tuple. In Python, a tuple is an immutable ordered collection of elements. It is similar to a list, but unlike list, tuples cannot be modified after creation, which is why they are referred to as immutable. Once a tuple is created, you cannot add, remove, or change elements in it. Tuples are defined using parentheses of single bracket, square bracket for the list, and np.array parenthesis, and box bracket inside that parenthesis is array. So now you can understand the difference between list, array, and tuple. So similarly as list, uh, written it as the empty tuple, single element tuple, multiple element tuple, mixed element tuple, and nested tuple. This is as simple as same as list. Now this single element tuple, for that you need to write 42. After that you need to give comma. So this is a very specialty for tuple. Like for a single element you need to give comma at last, and for that I have given a note that the trailing comma for single elements for the tuples you need to use. So this is just like this list, and then I am printing first element of the elements of tuple like same as the list, and we can print it, and I am printing it right now. And this is the tuple, like as simple as the array and list. So now I want to go to the assignment very quickly. Some assignment questions. I stop here and show the questions first to you. Then I will show you how I have solved this, such that you can also solve your assignment. So let me uh, uh, let me add few peoples again. I'll stop share and share the questions, and then again I'll come back to this. Bear for 10 to 15 minutes more before the class ends. It is already 7:02, but please don't go. All right. So now the first question is that what will be the output of the following? C is given like this and it is printing C, and D is given as this and it is printing np.add of that C and D. So you can what will be the answer of these? You can just write and type these things in your code and check. I'll show that I have already solved these questions, but how to do that I'll show after after stopping sharing of these questions. The next question is that let t1 let me add the people. This is the let t1 is this and t2 is this, which is a tuple, and which of the following will not give any error after the execution. For t1.append x equal to like this, t3, type each and everything, whatever options is given to you, which is running and which is not running, you check and give the answer, which of the following will not give any error. If it is error, then it will give error. If it is running, then you can understand it will not give error. So for assignment, it is very simple. Whatever I am teaching in the class, in the tutorial session, those are much more than whatever it is in your assignment. So I hope after this discussion session and tutorial session, you will be able to get 100% marks in the assignment. Just type it and check if it is running or not for this question. Now the question 3 is let d1 is this, which among the following will not give the error after the execution. Not give the error. That means which is right that it wants to know. For that, define it, check for each and every one, ABCD, whichever is correct, give that those as correct answer. Now something defined as S1, something defined as S2 in this question 4. Now it is telling S1 dot add 4, S2 dot add 4. Then what will be the output of S1 minus S2? Again, you just type it whatever given in your question and check what it will show. It will give you the output. Don't predict and don't guess. Just write it. That's what my point is. Now question 5 is saying s1 equal to hello, s2 equal to world, which of the following will not return hello world? Again the same process. Now question 6 is given a numpy array, that is add equal to np.array 1 9 10 3 7 6 12 8 0. Find the correct command from the following options to get an output array as 16 24 16. For that, again run all of the 4 options and check which is giving that, and whichever is giving, that is the correct answer. Sorry, there may be some mistake in the slide, and I am unable to find question 7 8. Maybe I have missed somewhere, but the slides and the solution all will be uploaded with the codes with you. But let me show the question 9 and 10. Question 9 is saying that np.arrange the start point, stopping point, and step size is equal to this. What is C5? Check it again. Which of the following data type is immutable? You all know by now it is tuple. So now I will show you the solutions, how I have solved it. For the assignment week 2 question 1, I have checked C was given and D was given. Whatever the printing it was showing, I have just printed it. And for my checking and doing some more things just for fun and to learn more things, you can always have the flexibility. Maybe at this moment I can stop these things, because otherwise you may get like why I have done these B things. That is not the purpose of this question. The purpose of this question is just to do this part. Whatever it is given in this question is this, so whatever you will get as answer is this answer. If print C is given, then it is 2 answer, and print D is np.add, it will give 2 4 6 8 10 12. Now the question 2 is I have just typed it whatever it is given as T1 and T2, and then I have T1.append 5 I have done, and you can see it cannot. Now if I do x equal to T2 T1 1, then you can check that x equal to 7. Whatever the in the question they have not talked about printing it. They have just written that which one is correct one, then maybe then just you need to run it, and you can check that what is the answer. Like these all of the three is running, this is not running, so this is the wrong answer, other things are correct answer. Correct answer. For question 3, d1 is defined, type the d1, print the d1, do the append, check what is this given, what it is giving. It is giving now these things. Now if you want to do d1 0 and check if it is running or not, it is not, that means it is not the correct option. And if and these are running, that means these are well, and these are the correct options. So question because these questions were just asking you if it is right or wrong. For that you just need to type and check if it is running or not running. If it is error, then it will show you error. Question 5 is sorry, it is just a markdown. Now question 5, it is showing S1 is this, S2 is this, S1 dot add, S2 dot s, print S1 minus S2. If you do this, then it will show like this. Now the question 6 is hello world, and type all of the things which is showing hello world. Those are correct option, which is not showing, that is the wrong answer. Now next question is np.array, it is defined, and 1 to 2 if you want to check, then one interesting thing is there. This is a 2D array of 3 cross 3 shape. Then if you print AR 1 colon 2, then it is showing 376. If you write 1 comma 3, it will show these two. If you write 1 comma 1, it will show the shape 3 and this thing. Why it is doing this? That you can check. Maybe that you can check, like np.array question mark, and check what are the output parameters it gives if you write the 1 colon 2 or whatever inside a square box. So learn to search also. That I have already shown that how to search it, because it is not possible for anyone to know everything. We are always a learner, so it is important to know how to search for unknown things. So search this. Now np.sum, if you do this, it is giving 16 24 16, it is giving 20 16 20. That means this is the correct thing. The question that it was asking for, if I talked about axis 0 in an 2D array, then what it will do is that sum of this 1 3 12, that is 16 9 7 8 24 10 6 0, that is 16. If you write np.sum x is equal to 1, then what it will do is 1 9 10 sum of this, that is 20, that is row wise element wise summation it will do. X is 0 is column wise, first column, second column wise addition, and x is 1 is row wise addition. Now if you just do np.sum, then it will give the total sum of all the elements. Now there was the next question, question 7, which is given like this. Maybe I forgot to add that question 7 in that. It was just showing that if I do this, then if it will run or not. It is not running, it is showing error, that means it will not. Now I have something defined as C. Now I want to know about the C5. I have already talked about np.arrange. Then C5 is 16 here. You can just write it and print it. We'll get the answer. Now I wanted to do problem 1, which was the question 1 was simulating sales data, which the question for this was that you are working for a retail company, suppose, and your task is to simulate sales data for different products. You have a list of products, their base prices, number of sales for each product. Your goal is to calculate the total revenue and profit for the company. This example I wanted to show, but I am till now the time is already over, and I think it is not the correct time to discuss about these things. So I will I will do these questions and these proper data science problems from next class. So at this moment, let me interact with you, or let me stop this class, and from next day it is going to be more interesting, as we will deal with this kind of problems. And I hope now you are getting some sense of data science using Python.
Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am, that problem text, can you paste in chat box?
Okay, the problem. Okay.
Ma'am, I had another doubt as well.
Yes.
So during the exams, are we allowed to use Python to answer the questions editor, or else we have to solve it in our book and answer?
Okay, so you were telling that will you have during the examination any Python thing or not, right? So for
Yes, ma'am.
that, it is depending upon the question, and if somewhere they feel that the like you cannot go, like it is a computer based question, computer based examination, so you cannot go anywhere during the examination. So when they feel that you need to code for it and do it, then you need they will provide a link or something, link or like a kernel to use the use the uh, Python thing, and if they find there is some question that we are asking from your understanding, not from writing the code, then they will not provide that for your that question. So from the question itself we will be able to understand, and for the safe hand you should be able to understand it, like
Yes, ma'am.
without having a Python kernel in your end
Yes, ma'am.
examination.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Excuse
And
me.
the rules go same for NPTEL Plus as well.
Sorry,
NPTEL Plus, ma'am. Does the rules go same with NPTEL Plus? And
NPTEL
for
plus means
people who are taking, people who are not able to write examinations offline, or else like not in NPTEL. There is a separate platform NPTEL Plus for people who are not in India. So
NPTEL plus. Okay, so you are talking about are the rules same for NPTEL plus?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that part I like confirmly I cannot tell about these things, so maybe I need to check it and then I can only tell about this.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, is it the same pattern of this type of question that we are just solving in assignment 2, 3, and further will be asking for in exam, or it will be different like solving type problem?
No, it will be like the assignment problems that you are solving in your own quiz problems, and whatever I am showing to you, as well as whatever the tutorial session, lecture sessions, this and assignment, this kind of problem, whatever we are showing.
Okay, thanks.
Hmm.
Ma'am, excuse me.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am,
Yes.
what about the internships about this course, ma'am?
Yes. Tell.
Ma'am, internships, ma'am, from this
Internships
Python
means.
for data. For this course, ma'am, are they giving the course for the are they giving for the toppers or for some specified people for the internship, ma'am?
Okay, so you are asking for some internship with this course.
Yes, ma'am.
No. That is not there for this. Well, I mean, for NPTEL, there is no internship option. If you want to do any internship with this experience, you with any professor or any person like a scientist or anyone from whichever IITs, NITs or institute, you can contact via mail and approach him or her. That is a probable solution, but NPTEL does not provide that. Yes.
Ma'am, how can I get your last class video?
This video.
Yes, from last class video, ma'am.
Okay, last class video. Please go to the YouTube channel that is already uploaded there.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, and maybe I can share it once again with you. Okay.
Ma'am,
And
excuse me.
yes.
Then can
Go
you upload this document in the drive for the practice?
Sorry, I cannot hear.
And can you upload this notebook for the practice for us?
Okay, I will share all these Jupyter notebook, whatever code I have written, whatever the questions I am showing, everything will be uploaded in the drive folder. And for the first class, it is already there, and I am sharing the drive link once again such that you can access it. Let me share it. And some books, everything. I On the daily basis, I used to upload many things there. So please follow those. Ma'am, where do you send the PDF? These all things will be uploaded in the Google Drive portal, and the drive is this link. Athia, can you understand that the drive? You please keep this drive link with you. Everything will be shared with you with this drive link. And I
Okay,
think
ma'am.
still the NPTEL team has not updated about the this YouTube links uh, and the drive folder link, but they will upload soon. So after some point of time, you will be able to access it from your SWAM portal in it also. Okay, so I hope I have answered everyone's questions as well as problems, and whatever we wanted to discuss. And still I wanted to maybe discuss or give some more explanation to few things, but time didn't permit us. But this was enough for today, and we'll discuss real life problems as well as real data science problem. We'll learn more from next class. And thank you for joining. And from next class it is much more interesting, and we have already completed introduction with Python, as well as you have started using the Python for data science. From next day we will use it. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I was having a question.
Yes.
I'm like, I am building a project, a small project for.
Sorry, I cannot hear you, Shivam.
Ma'am, I am building a small project on productivity increasing. Like, there are some applications like where we can increase our productivity, where we use a calendar and some kind of timing, like this thing, this
Okay.
type of thing to increase productivity, like setting of alarms, setting of your meetings and all that
Hmm.
that reminds you. So I'm using Python. Can we use that data science in that, like
Data science is in that time.
in that part somewhere?
You can use it anywhere and everywhere. Suppose, for my case, my background is physics. So but people think like, do I not use data? I use lots of data for our analyzing part, but where I use that, I use that for my purpose. So for productivity also, like for anything and everything, you can do this.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, if not anything, then let me say goodbye to everyone. So I'll stop this meeting now. Bye.